Well, a celebration of Pride Month in the Twin Ports brought crowds today. Northern News Now's Maggie Franzen heard from attendees who say the goal was to bring joy and community. Maggie?
That is right. Park Point was bursting at the seams this morning with music, color, and a shared sense of community. And participants came ready to share the love. Trans Joy Fest, the day-long celebration hosted by Trans Northland, had much to offer its attendees, from food trucks and vendors to live music and drag performances. But many said it also offered acceptance. Duluth local Corey Dack saying it's a celebration that can bring joy to anyone who wishes to embrace it.
Duluth is a city where all are welcome, and that includes people in the trans community, the LGBTQIA+ community.
A sense of togetherness and pride connected today's attendees, and the importance of community continued to be highlighted throughout the event.
We stand for love, we stand for joy and solidarity in community with one another.
Trans Joy Fest hosted over 70 vendors, consisting of local artists and businesses, as well as a plethora of support resources, many of which specialized in gender-affirming care. Jane Baldwin, a gender justice representative, highlighted the importance of hosting events such as today's and the positive impact they can make.
Events like this allow people to come together, celebrate the joy that community can have when you come together.
Equality was on the mind and hearts of many today, and it was made clear that they intend to continue to push for equal rights.
And trans people are people. Trans people just want to live their lives, their full, authentic lives, and be their full, authentic selves, and it should be so simple.
Trans Northland offers a handful of support resources, including guidance on healthcare, housing, and support groups. More information on these resources and potential volunteer opportunities can be found on our website. In studio, Maggie Franzen, Northern News Now.